Hello silver friends, this is Joli from Quicksilver Hair, and today I'm going to get into sunscreen. I recently purchased all of these sunscreens and I have been trying them all out. I had an appointment with a dermatologist back in February and I went to see him for rosacea. He didn't really seem to think that I had rosacea anymore, and that what we were seeing on my skin as far as redness was concerned, on my face it's hyperpigmentation, and on my neck it is sun damage. So I live in the desert, I live in high altitude, I live in a very sunny state, and I have always been really careful about my skincare. I've always been very careful about having sunscreen. I was caring for my skin in high school when no one else around me was. I was always putting, sunscreen on and creams and washing my face regularly and all that kind of stuff. And to me, it was really important. And I noticed that to most everybody else around me, even back then, it just wasn't that big a deal. But I really wanted to make sure that I took really good care of my skin. So having a dermatologist tell me that I had sun damage was a little disheartening. And I've always been really careful because I burn so easily to not get sunburned. So while I have only had one serious and severe sunburn at the age of like 10 or 11 or something like that, I've never had a severe sunburn since then. I've had slight burns here and there, just accidental stuff where you were out in the yard too long or spent a little too much time outside one day or whatever, but never again did I have a severe sunburn because it was so painful. I wanted to make sure I always avoided that. But evidently, the type of sun damage I have is just that gradual exposure because I live in the high desert, it's a high altitude, it's very sunny, and that's just kind of the side effect of living where we live. So this dermatologist mentioned that I should be wearing sunscreen all the time, and he recommended mineral sunscreen, so I decided to get all of these sunscreens and see which one I liked the best. Many years ago, I used a product that was from Coors that was a skin cream with sunscreen in it. I wore that religiously for many years until they reformulated the product and took the sunscreen out. And then from there, I kind of struggled to find a sunscreen that I was okay with having on my face because there were several things that kind of bug me. I don't like having something that greasy, oily feel on my face that can happen with sunscreen. I don't like the smell of a lot of sunscreens, so I definitely don't want them on my face. And I did not like the tearing effect of having sunscreen around your eyes and getting that burning sensation. So that's really important now because I have dry eye to not have that happen. So I have a few things here that I was looking into that I wanted to make sure these products worked for me for. 1 was scent, 2 was oiliness, 3 was, the watery eye issue, and 4 was being able to wear it over my favorite moisturizer and under my favorite makeup without having breakouts or feeling like I just had a coating on my skin. So I'm going to go over all of these sunscreens that I got and tell you kind of what I feel about them, and I'll let you know what ended up being my favorite one. The first product that I tried was something that I already had and I had been using for a while, but I really wasn't loving it, and it is because it does have oil in it. That is the Biossance Squalane Zinc Sheer Mineral Sunscreen, and it is a 30 SPF. Because it has squalane oil in it, it is greasy. It also has that white cast that mineral sunscreens can get, which I just did not prefer. So this one was quickly eliminated. I will wear it, when I'm not wearing face cream and I just need to do some gardening or whatever first thing in the morning before I've showered and put my face on and all of that. So I will use it up. This is a 3.38 ounce bottle and it costs $46. So the next product I tried is the Supergoop Mineral Matte Sunscreen SPF 40. This bottle surprised me when it came in because it's only 15 mil. For some reason, I thought it was like 1.5 ounces, but it's this little tiny bottle, really small. It is 40 SPF. It cost $18 for this 15 mil. It does have a little bit of a tint to it, and I think the tint is actually to eliminate the white cast. They're using a brown mineral. The thing I really didn't care for, it sinks right in, but it doesn't actually tint the skin. You can see it's the same color. So I think it's really just the mineral itself is tinted, but it doesn't have the makeup tint to it. The thing I really didn't care for with that sunscreen is it has dimethicone as the first ingredient, which makes your skin feel silky, but it is coated because it's coated with that silicone. And I found that makeup kind of drifts around on top of it. For me, it just didn't seem to set together well. The next product I tried was the Neutrogena Pure Screen Tinted Sunscreen for Face with SPF 30 Broad Spectrum Mineral Sunscreen with Zinc Oxide at $19.99 for 1.1 fluid ounces. This is tinted and it is light tint. I really didn't care much for the Neutrogena sunscreen because it has like this weird little point where you can get too much and then it just feels really coated on your skin. You can just really feel it. And while I don't think it has an oil in it, it does have a slightly greasy feeling if you have too much on. And by too much, I mean you just slightly used a little too much. I just didn't find it to be the one that I fell in love with or the one I was reaching for regularly. The next product I tried is from Farmacy. It is the Green Defense SPF 30 Broad Spectrum Mineral Sunscreen with Zinc Oxide, and it is $36 for 1.7 fluid ounces. And I wish I had returned this as soon as I used it, but I hung on to it for this video. I used it one time and it literally felt like it just sucked all the moisture out of my face cream, out of my face. Within hours, my face felt very dry. My skin felt like it was pulling. And I never grabbed it again. I just didn't want to use it. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this one. Maybe I'll put it on my arms or something. I found it very disappointing that the Farmacy product was so drying. The next product is the one I ended up grabbing all the time and one in which I fell completely in love with. And for now, this is my sunscreen. It met all the criteria that I was looking for in that it sinks right in over my moisturizer. I can wear makeup over it. It doesn't make my skin feel greasy or oily. My eyes don't burn. None of those things happen with this. It is not tinted, but it is the Ulta MD Skincare UV Clear Broad Spectrum SPF 46 Facial Sunscreen. I ordered this one because it claims to calm and protect acne-prone skin, high purity niacinamide, transparent zinc oxide, UVA and UVB protection, skin types prone to acne, rosacea, and hyperpigmentation, which fits the bill for me 100%. I ended up loving this product. One of the things I love about it is it has this pump that gives you a nice even dose. That's just a partial pump, so you can actually pump out just a little small amount, or you can do a full pump, which is about what you would put on your entire face. I really like the way this product sinks in. I can wear it over any of my moisturizers, so it works with everything really well, and I can wear any of my makeup over it, which is really great because then I can kind of, mix things up. I don't have to worry about it. It sinks in just beautifully. I have not had any acne, no breakouts, no greasy feeling. It's just perfect. So if that sounds good to you, this would be the one I would recommend you go get. One thing to note about the Ulta MD sunscreen is that for 1.7 ounces, it is $41, which is pretty high price. However, I do understand why sunscreens cost so much money. If you don't know this, sunscreen is an over-the-counter drug. Therefore, when manufacturing it, the manufacturer has to meet FDA requirements for drug production. So their facility is slightly different than a typical cosmetic facility. So I do get why they're so expensive, and of course, when it is a favorite and it works and it meets all your criteria, I guess then it becomes worth the price. And of course, it is protecting my skin. Okay, so that wraps up this video. Everything that I've mentioned in this video is in the description box below. And if you have a favorite sunscreen, let me know about it. I would love to look at more sunscreens. I'm kind of hooked on this one, but I'm always willing to look at other mineral sunscreens that are oil-free and meet this, weird criteria that we have to have for our aging skin. Anyway, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so now because I would love to see you next time. Until then, shine on.